Hi, it's Future from Sewmate. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be showing you how to draft a no-dart bodice block. You use this block for stable knit fabrics with minimal stretch. So I'll be using a curved ruler, a straight ruler, some markers and a scissors. You will also need your front and back bodice blocks. If you don't have any, you can follow a tutorial on this channel. I'll put a link in the description box below, or I can put a link above right now. You can click that and watch that and then come back and do this. Most importantly, you need to know the ease amounts we added when we were making our blocks. So for the bust, it was 1.5 centimeters, waist 1 centimeter, and hip 1.5 centimeters. Then the waist dart was 3 centimeters. Let's get to it. So we're going to start with our front. Just trace around your block first. Mark in your darts and draw them in. And also mark your bust points. Get a ruler and connect these points. Mark your bust points clearly. Now square in your waistline. Now our block has seam allowances marked. First we have to take them all out. What I like to do is just to mark all the seam allowances inside the block. Now let's mark in our seam allowances. Now that we finish marking in our seam allowances, I'm going to be using a red marker so that you see the changes that we make to the block, okay? So we're starting with the armhole here. We're going to come in by 1 centimeter and then we'll make sure that it joins this seam line at the bottom, okay? So square a little line across from this line. Come in from this line by 1 centimeter and we'll make sure that we're going to join it to this straight line, okay? 1 centimeter. Just follow along the seam. Now get your curved ruler and just finish off the curve like that. Now we're going to get rid of our dart. This is 3 centimeter dart allowance. So we're going to take off 3 centimeter from this point. We're coming in by 3 centimeters. Put a mark. And just cancel the dart out so that you know it's not there anymore. Next, we're taking off all the ease amounts that we added to the block. So we're starting with the bust. We're going to come in from this corner by 1.5 centimeters. Put a mark. Back to the waistline, we added 1 centimeter ease, so from this point here, we're coming in by a further 1 centimeter. Put a mark. At the hip line, we added 1.5 centimeter ease, so we're going to come in by 1.5 centimeter from this point here. Put a mark. Now join these 2 points with a straight line. And then get your curved ruler and connect these 2 points. Now this is 2 pointed, so we're just going to shape it a little bit. Get your curved ruler and give this a nice shape. So now we're going to label this block. So this is a no dart bodice block. And we're going to know that it's for stable knits. And I'll put my initial. I prefer not to add any seam allowances for my no dart bodice blocks, So I'm just going to cut along this line here, the red line we just put in, and I'll cut through this line as well to take off the seam allowance at the top. So let's do that now. So it's the front. So our front is finished. So now we're moving on to the back. So now we're gonna follow through the steps we did with the front. So we're going to start with tracing around our bodice block. Draw your dart in. Now square in your waistline. Next, we're marking all the seam allowances. I'll start with the zipper allowance. We don't need it for knits. So now I'm coming in with my red marker again so that I show you what changes we're gonna make. So starting with the armhole, square a little line across from underarm here, like we did with the front. We're gonna move in by 1 centimeter again. Get your curved ruler and make sure to join this line back to the squared line here. Next, we're going to come in and take off our waist dart allowance. So this is 3 centimeters coming to the waist by 3 centimeters. Put a mark and cancel this out so that we know it's no longer there. Next, we're taking off all our ease amounts again. So on the bust line, it's 1.5 centimeters. So from the seam line, 1.5 centimeters in, put a mark. On the waistline, we're gonna come in by 1 centimeter from the point we added for the dart allowance. Put a mark. Along the hip line here, measure from the seam line here coming in 1.5 centimeters and put a mark. With your straight ruler, connect these 2 points with a straight line. Now get your curved ruler and connect these 2 points. Bring in your front pattern and just copy the curve we just did here, so that we have similar curves. Get your curved ruler and just follow through nicely. Now we label our pattern. So this is a no dart, bodice block, back for stable knits, and I'll put my initial again. So now we're going to cut around the pattern. We're taking off our zipper allowance, taking off the seam line here and going through the red lines. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that's it. That's our front and back bodice block finished. So next you need to just transfer them onto Opteg. Okay, thank you.